If it takes you longer to pee than it does to brush your teeth, something's not right. If you've been waking up at night again and again, rushing to the bathroom, and yet still feeling like your bladder didn't completely empty, that is not just getting older. This isn't just one of those aging things you have to accept. It could be your body whispering something urgent, a message you can't afford to ignore. Because trouble peeing is not always a small problem. It's often a signal from your prostate, your kidneys, or your nervous system, and it deserves to be heard. If you or someone you love has ever stood at the toilet in silence, waiting for something to happen, felt the burning, the pressure, the confusion, the embarrassment, this video is for you. And I promise, by the end you will not only understand what may really be going on, you'll feel comforted, empowered, and better prepared to take care of yourself. So stay with me. Let's walk through this together, calmly, truthfully, and with the kind of care I'd want for my own father, my uncle, or my grandfather. This is not just about pee, it's about peace of mind. Number 1, it's not just aging, it's a message from the body. Too many good people assume that struggling to pee is simply a part of getting older. It's just my age, they say, or worse, they feel too embarrassed to talk about it at all. So, they quietly suffer, hiding the discomfort, planning their days around bathroom access, and silently fearing what's happening inside their body. But let me gently say this. Aging doesn't mean suffering. Yes, bodies change, muscles weaken, organs slow down. But trouble urinating, especially when it's sudden, worsening, or impacting sleep, is not just a normal part of aging. It's a red flag. And your body is trying to get your attention. Imagine your plumbing system at home. If a pipe is clogged, do you ignore the slow water flow? Or do you look for the source of the blockage? Your urinary system works the same way. Your bladder and prostate are part of a delicate, highly coordinated system, and if something's not flowing the way it should, we need to gently ask, why? Whether it's an enlarged prostate, which many older men face, a urinary tract infection, which can sneak up quietly, or nerve changes due to diabetes or medication, the key is to listen early, not late. And that starts by breaking the silence. Let's explore what may be going on, and how to gently respond with compassion and courage. Number 2, the silent pressure of an enlarged prostate. For many older men, the real culprit behind difficult urination is something called BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. That's just a fancy way of saying your prostate is enlarged, not cancer, not life-threatening, but still powerful enough to interrupt your daily life. Picture this. Your prostate is a small, walnut-sized gland that sits right below your bladder, wrapped around the tube that carries urine out. Now imagine that walnut swelling to the size of a lemon. When that happens, it begins to squeeze the urethra, the tube you pee through, making it harder for urine to pass. That's why it can feel like you're pushing against a wall. You might start the stream, then suddenly stop, or you may stand there for minutes, shifting your body, breathing differently, trying to get relief. And at night, when the rest of the house is asleep, you find yourself getting up again and again, tired, annoyed, and quietly worried. It's not just frustrating, it's exhausting. But here's the good news. This condition is incredibly common and very manageable if caught early. Medications, simple changes in routine, or in some cases minor procedures, can make a world of difference. But none of that can happen if you stay silent. So the next time your body hesitates to let go, don't just brush it off. Pay attention, track it. Talk to someone you trust, because the earlier you understand it, the better you can reclaim your comfort and control. Number 3, when burning, pressure, or blood appear, don't wait. Sometimes the struggle to pee doesn't come from a blockage, but from an infection or irritation inside the bladder or urinary tract. This happens more often than people think, especially for those managing other health conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, or prostate issues. You might notice a burning feeling when you go, or a dull pressure in your lower abdomen. Sometimes there's a strange smell, or more frightening, when a bit of blood in the urine. Let's be clear, anytime you see blood in your pee, you need to speak up. It doesn't always mean cancer, but it does mean something isn't right. Infections, kidney stones, or inflammation could be at play. And in older adults, even a minor urinary tract infection can become serious very quickly, sometimes leading to confusion, weakness, or even hospitalization if ignored. But here's the gentle truth. Your body wants to heal. It just needs your help. That might mean drinking more water, avoiding bladder irritants like caffeine or alcohol, keeping track of symptoms, or seeing a doctor to run simple, painless tests. What matters is not letting fear keep you from action. Many seniors avoid the doctor because they're afraid of what they might hear. But most of the time, the sooner you act, the smaller the problem is, and the easier it is to fix. Remember, wisdom isn't pretending everything is fine. Wisdom is hearing the whispers before they become screams. Number 4. Nerves, medications, and the hidden triggers we forget. There's another reason you might be having trouble peeing, and it has nothing to do with your bladder or your prostate. It has to do with your brain and nerves, that's right. Sometimes the real issue is a signal that's not reaching where it's supposed to go. Your brain controls the muscles that open and close your bladder. And conditions like Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, or even long-standing diabetes can interfere with those signals. That means your bladder could be full, but your brain doesn't get the message, or the muscles can't coordinate properly to release the flow. It can be confusing and even a little scary. You know you need to go, but you just can't. Or you finish peeing and feel like something's still left behind. This can lead to infections, bladder swelling, and even kidney problems if left untreated. And here's something most people don't realize. Some medications, especially those for blood pressure, allergies, depression, or sleep, can make this worse. They can dry you out, weaken your bladder contractions, or numb the nerves involved in urination. That's why it's so important to review your meds with someone you trust. Keep a list, ask questions. Don't ever feel like a bother. Your life and your comfort matter. You deserve to understand what's going into your body and how it affects the simplest parts of life, like being able to pee in peace. Because sometimes the solution is as simple as adjusting a medication, and that's not weakness, that's wisdom. Number 5. The quiet consequences. When holding it in becomes dangerous. Most people don't realize how quietly dangerous it can be to hold it in. Especially for older adults, the consequences of ignoring the urge to urinate or trying to force your body to work when it's struggling can lead to much more than discomfort. It can lead to real, sometimes irreversible damage. Imagine this. You're out visiting your grandchildren, maybe having dinner with family or sitting in a waiting room. You feel the urge, but the bathroom isn't close. Or maybe you're embarrassed by how often you've already excused yourself. So you wait, and wait, and wait. What happens next is something most people never think about. When the bladder stays full for too long, the pressure builds. Muscles strain. The kidneys, which normally filter waste gently and steadily, start working under tension. That tension can lead to infections, pain, or even a backflow of urine, where the body tries to push liquid the wrong way, toward your kidneys. That's when things get serious. Some people experience sudden incontinence, where they lose control altogether. Others start noticing they can't go unless they're at home, or unless they're standing just the right way. They change their routines, cancel plans, avoid road trips. Slowly, their world becomes smaller. And all of this starts with the simple, quiet act of ignoring the urge. Now here's the comforting truth. Your bladder wants to work for you, not against you. And there's no shame, none, in going often. Let me say that again. There is no shame in listening to your body. Every trip to the bathroom is a sign that your system is functioning, that you're staying hydrated, that you're taking care of the temple you've lived in for 60, 70, 80 plus years. So please let go of the guilt. Let go of the embarrassment. Be kind to yourself. Because the real danger isn't in going too often. The danger is in waiting too long. Your body is not a burden. It's your companion. Listen to it gently, and it will reward you with better health, fewer complications, and more peace of mind. Number 6. The simple power of water and the myths that hold us back. Let's talk about something that sounds too simple to be important. Water. Clean, clear, life-giving water. For many older adults, there's a deep hesitation to drink water. You might think, if I drink too much, I'll just have to go more often, and I'm already struggling to pee. Or perhaps a fear developed over time after a few accidents or near misses. So gradually, without realizing it, you started drinking less. Maybe you skip your evening water to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. Maybe you sip only with meals and not in between. And while it seems logical, less in means less out, right? The truth is, this habit can quietly make things worse. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes concentrated. It's darker, stronger smelling, and more irritating to the bladder lining. That can lead to burning, urgency, and even urinary tract infections. And paradoxically, your bladder may become more irritable, not less, when dehydrated. It's like trying to run a car engine with dirty oil. Everything grinds harder, wears down faster, and misfires more often. Water is not your enemy. In fact, it may be your best, most gentle ally. It flushes out bacteria, softens the urine, and helps your body reset. For those with prostate issues, staying hydrated helps prevent blockages. For those with kidney concerns, it reduces stone formation. And for everyone, it simply supports life. Now, I'm not saying drink gallons. Start small, keep a glass of water by your chair, sip throughout the day, add a little lemon if it helps the taste. And if you're taking water pills, diuretics, work with your doctor to find a schedule that fits your life. Don't punish your body for needing to pee. Instead, give it what it needs to work better. Think of every sip of water as a gift you're giving your future self, one that keeps you clearer, lighter, and more in control. Hydration isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about dignity, comfort, and living with energy instead of fear. And you deserve that, every single day. Number 7, when fear keeps you silent, and why you deserve to speak up. Let's be honest, and for many people, especially those over 60, talking about bathroom troubles feels embarrassing, even a bit humiliating. You might think, I don't want to burden anyone with this, or it's probably nothing and I'd rather not hear bad news. So you say nothing. You wait, you adjust, you live around it. But here's the quiet truth. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't need to carry this fear alone. And you don't need to wait until something breaks to get help. Because your comfort matters, your daily life matters, your peace of mind matters. Think about how many times you've helped others in your life, your children, your spouse, your friends. You taught them to speak up when something didn't feel right, to ask for help, to trust their body's warning signs. So why, when it comes to you, does it feel like you're supposed to tough it out? This isn't weakness, it's wisdom to notice when your body changes. It's courage to ask questions. It's strength to say, this doesn't feel normal, and I want to understand why. Imagine how different your day could be if you didn't have to scout out bathrooms every time you leave the house, if you weren't waking up 3 or 4 times a night, if you could sit through your favorite movie or a meal with family without that constant pressure gnawing at the back of your mind. You are not complaining. You are not overreacting. You are advocating for yourself. And if you don't feel heard, ask again. Find a provider who listens. You deserve someone who treats your concerns with the same care and seriousness as a heart condition or a broken bone. Because your bladder is not just a side issue, it affects your energy, sleep, mood, and dignity every single day. You're not alone. Millions of seniors go through this, but far too many stay silent. Let today be the day that changes. Let this be the moment where you take a deep breath and say, I want answers. I want relief. I want to feel good again. You deserve it, and it's never too late to begin. Number 8, how to gently take control, what you can do, starting today. Let's take a breath now, because everything you've learned so far might feel a little heavy. But here's the beautiful part of this story. You're not powerless. In fact, there are many gentle, doable steps you can take, starting right now, to begin improving your urinary health and reclaiming your comfort. Start with awareness. Over the next few days, simply notice your patterns. Are you straining to start? Are you waking up at night? Is there dribbling afterward? Are you rushing to the toilet and barely making it? Write it down. Don't judge yourself. Just observe with kindness. Then look at your routine. Are you drinking enough water, but not too much right before bed? Are you consuming a lot of caffeine or alcohol, which irritate the bladder? Could you adjust your evening habits, like reducing screen time or stretching before bed, to improve sleep and reduce nighttime urgency? Next, consider movement. A gentle walk each day, even for 15 minutes, helps circulation and bladder function. If you're mostly sitting, blood pools in the lower body and muscles weaken, including those that help you go. Your pelvic floor muscles, the ones that help control urination, also benefit from light, intentional exercises. These are sometimes called Kegel exercises, and yes, they're not just for women. Many older men benefit from learning how to gently strengthen and relax the right muscles to improve flow, reduce dribbling, and feel more in control. You can also ask your provider about medications that relax the prostate or bladder, or non-invasive treatments that are available now, much gentler than in years past. This is not the 1980s anymore. Medicine has come a long way. But the first step is you being honest about how you feel. Remember this. This is your body, your story, your healing. And taking control doesn't mean overhauling your life overnight. It just means choosing one small act of care at a time, with patience, gentleness, and self-respect. Start by treating your bladder like a friend, not a burden. It's been with you every step of your life. Let it speak. Let it rest. Let it heal. Number 9. You are not broken. You are still in charge of your story. Let me end with something deeply personal. A dear friend of mine, let's call him Robert, was 76 when he finally told his doctor that he was having trouble peeing. For almost a year, he had quietly endured nighttime awakenings, growing frustration, and even one moment where he couldn't go at all. He was embarrassed. He was scared, and part of him believed that this meant he was getting too old to be independent. But do you know what happened? His doctor listened, gave him a simple test, changed one of his medications, recommended some gentle lifestyle tweaks, and within 3 weeks, Robert was sleeping through the night again. He could finally visit his grandkids without worrying about the nearest bathroom. And do you know what he told me? He said, "I didn't realize how much I had accepted discomfort as my normal." That sentence stuck with me, because so many seniors, beautiful, wise, experienced people, slowly accept decline as their destiny. They think pain is just part of the journey. But here's what I want you to know from the bottom of my heart. You are not broken. You are not fading. You are not helpless. Your body may be older, but it is still trying, still adapting, still full of potential. And you, yes you, still have the right to feel whole, respected, and well. So if you've been having trouble peeing, listen, gently, lovingly, not with panic, not with shame, but with curiosity and compassion. You've made it through so many things in life. You can face this too, and you don't have to do it alone. Now, if this video spoke to you, if you felt seen, heard, or helped in any way, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment with your story or question, and most importantly, subscribe to Faith Wisdom. We are building a space of healing, truth, and encouragement for every person who's learning to age with strength, softness, and dignity. We are with you. We are for you, and we believe in your healing. You are not alone.